Hello everyone, batching into today's second video. Going to have a look at the weather for next week's 10 days. For today's second video, signs of hotter weather next week on the way. So we'll be talking about that in today's second video update. And of course, we'll be starting off with what's going on with the thunderstorms. Going to be more big thunderstorms around today. Torrential rain, violent lightning, hail, thunder. It's going to be kicking off later on this afternoon again. So we'll have a look at the latest data with that for the first part of the video. And then we'll have a look at the weather for next week, 10 days and beyond, including the possibility of a chance of some quite hot weather next week. In today's, in the second part of the video, I haven't got CFSV2, of course, at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. Going to be live streaming tonight. It could be quite interesting because I think got thunder on the way here in Northlands. I think it's trundling up from London as I speak. So I may be competing with thunder for the live stream at 6 o'clock tonight. We will have a look, of course, in that live stream at what's going on with the thunder. And we'll also have a look at 12Z as well, see if we're firming up on ideas of hot weather next week. And we're also going to have a look at the ECMWF 5 and 6 weekly temperature and precipitation anomalies for our live stream tonight. That's from 6 o'clock through to 7 o'clock. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to say, well, first I'm going to say the 5-day forecast has been released. So that's looking at the weather over the next few days in detail. Thundery potential, of course, in the coming days. I'm going to say hello and a big thank you now to our latest channel member. So still got a few channel members to get through. And we've got a patron and a PayPal donor to shout out as well. So I will get everybody's mentions and shout outs done. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm giving everybody their own individual video, but I will get everybody's shout-outs sorted out. So today's shout-out, and thank you very much, goes to Stephen Wright. Thank you so much, Stephen Wright, for becoming a GavsWeatherVids channel member. That is absolutely fantastic. That's absolutely great. Thank you so much, Stephen, for becoming a channel member for GavsWeatherVids. If you would like to become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids, and all you need to do is come to the GavsWeatherVids YouTube homepage, and you can see the join button just there. Click that, take you through to another page, and on that page you will be able to sign up and see what benefits you get for becoming a GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel member. It's absolutely great. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to all of our channel members and all of our patrons, all of our donors as well. Of course, we're easing our way to 7K subscribers as well. The current standing for the subscribers on the channel is around 6,813, I think it's 6,813, 6,814. It goes up and down a little bit. That's where we currently are. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. As I say, we're trying to get subs up to 7K by the end of the summer. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it, but it would be really great if we could. Everything's looking up with GavsWeatherVids. You can see this little bit of data just here, back showing our video views trending up over the recent days. Also, our subscribers are gradually trending up as well. So we're on an upwards trend for video views, and we're on an upwards trend for subscribers too. So thank you so much to all of you for the support that you have given us. It's absolutely fantastic. Please subscribe to the channel, keep watching the video, keep liking the videos, keep sharing the videos, and yeah, it's absolutely great what you're doing for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much to all of you, and of course special thank you to Stephen Wright for becoming our latest channel member. Thank you so much, Stephen, for doing that. Right, so thunderstorms, here we go. This is a radar picture from the weather outlook. We can see that storms are beginning to really get going, and more towards the south today. So less at the moment around North Wales, North West England, where we have been seeing them over the past few days. More focused like on the southwest, central southern parts of England, possibly even into the southeast too, and trending up through the Midlands as well. If I zoom you in a little bit, you can see that there are some, this is from Weather Outlook by the way, you can see there are some very intense bursts of rain in there already. It's still early doors as well, it's only like early afternoon. It means they're going to get more violent, more intense, more widespread through the afternoon. If we add in the lightning detector, there we go, loads of lightning flashing away there and it's all going to be pushing northwards through the course of the afternoon. So there are going to be some really big thunderstorms around this afternoon, torrential rain and pretty severe conditions. This is the latest forecast from WRF via Meteo Seal. So again, we can see these showers are really ballooning up, kicking off, mushrooming through the course of this afternoon into seeing some very, very intense showers and rain across some parts of the country. Again, particularly focused on like the Midlands, central southern parts of England, moving up to northwestern parts of England, some parts of Wales as well, and going northwards, possibly even southwest parts of Scotland too. So some very, very intense downpours and thunderstorms rumbling around through the afternoon and into this evening. There's bound to be flash flooding with this and pretty serious conditions. Now, the storms will fade out as going to be early hours, but then we start to pick up another band of more persistent thundery rain coming in from the east across East Anglia and through the Midlands as we go into the early hours and through tomorrow morning. Still some pretty torrential downpours keep going across parts of South Wales as well, down to some southwestern parts of the Midlands, but quite wet there through like East Anglia into many other parts of England, into some parts of northern England as well through the course of tomorrow. So plenty more rain to come by the time you get through to Friday. Then we do see the showers easing intensity. And what showers there are on Friday tend to be more towards the east and the northeast, interestingly, where you've been missing out over the past few days. So your chance could come perhaps for some big downpours on Friday in the far eastern part of the country. So more weather warnings are enforced by the UK Met for these thunderstorms. We've got widespread thunderstorm warnings for today. Let's zoom in and see what the UK Met Office are saying. So again, we see it's widely across England and Wales. It's a lot further south and east as well compared to as we've already established on the radar picture. It does extend up into northwestern parts of England, a little bit into Northern Ireland, southwestern Scotland too. Most of Scotland and like eastern, northeastern England staying out of trouble with these thunderstorms today. The warning is valid from midday today through to midnight tonight. They're saying, although some places will remain dry, slow-moving heavy showers and thunderstorms may lead to disruption due to flooding. Flooding of homes and businesses could happen quickly, with damage to some buildings and floodwater, lightning strikes, hail and strong winds. Fast-flowing and deep floodwater is possible, causing a danger to life. Where flooding or lightning strikes occur, there is a chance of delays and some cancellations to train, bus services. Spray and sudden flooding could lead to difficult driving conditions, and some communities could become cut off if roads flood. Power cuts might occur, and other services to some homes and businesses could be lost. It looks pretty nasty out there this afternoon if you find yourself under these thunderstorms. So do take care if you're off out and about. I've had loads of people sending in pictures. We'll try to get some of those pictures featured in the videos. We're mainly setting aside GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup for your weather picks, but I might try and include one or two of the lightning pictures in one or two more because we've got too many at the moment to be able to feature all in one video. So if you can do it safely, then we love to see your lightning pictures, but do please be careful, do be safe. Lightning is a very, very dangerous phenomenon. Some people do get struck. Actually, somebody was reporting in the comments on YouTube, the GavsWeatherVids comments, that their father had been struck by lightning, or their father-in-law. So I think that they were okay, but I think they're quite seriously shook up by it, and so lightning can be a very, very serious phenomenon. It does cause loss of life. So please take care. If you want to take weather pictures of the lightning, that's absolutely fine, but please make sure you take care doing it. So pretty serious afternoon out there of weather, and of course we'll be covering this in our live stream 6 o'clock this evening. Could be interesting. Right, moving to the extended range. So these are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at London, our wet central very quickly today. So the red line is 30-year upper air temperature average for London, close to average with the temperatures at the moment. The upper air temperature, though, it's very warm, muggy, humid air mass that we're in at the moment. Look how the temperatures lift up though next week. Definite signs of things becoming hotter through the course of next week before sliding back as we go into the very end of June and the beginning of July. But that's a definite warm-up, and quite a few of those on summer members are getting close to 15 Celsius at 858 PA, which is probably enough to lift the temperature in the south anyway to around 30 degrees for the first time this summer. Now, we've got plenty of precipitation spikes coming up over the next day or so, more heavy showers and thunderstorms to come, but we do see a drying trend as well as the temperatures are lifting up. So seemingly it looks like the Azores High is getting into business next week, bringing increasingly dry and also increasingly very warm weather with it. Late on, towards the very end of June, beginning of July, we might start seeing a little bit more precipitation returning. Temperature anomalies from the 17th to 25th of June, largely above average. It's going to be quite a warm week coming up. Precipitation anomalies still a little bit unsettled. We've got these heavy showers and storms to get out of the way before we start seeing any sort of drying trends. At the moment, still rather above average with the rainfall. That's how the UK Met model is looking for Saturday. So on Saturday, we've got a little transient bump of high pressure building in. Should give many of us a dry day, but low pressure out in the Atlantic will be bringing wind and rain to the northwest by day's end. Sunday, a bit wet and windy in the northwest. Probably the rain becomes light and patchy though in the south and southeast as that rain pushes through. And then from Monday through to Tuesday, we see heights rising to our south, bringing drier and warmer conditions to England and Wales, but still looking a little bit showery out to the north and to the west. But that is a sign of a bit of a ridge beginning to build to our south with the early part of next week starting to turn things drier and potentially quite warm. This is how the latest GFS run is looking. So Saturday, again, this slight transient bump of high pressure should give us most of us a pretty decent day on Saturday. Sunday, wet and windy in the north and in the west too. Monday through to Tuesday, high pressure increasingly building to our south and east. Low pressure is out to the northwest. Winds are starting to get drawn up from the south. It is becoming a lot warmer across more southern, southeastern parts of the country. Temperatures could well be rising into the upper 20s Celsius by the middle of next week under this area of high pressure. I think we could be seeing temperatures threatening to reach 30 degrees for the first time this summer. That is 86 Fahrenheit. Upper air temperatures looking very warm through the middle part of next week. Second half of next week, again, we're drawing up those winds from the south, looking really quite warm, if not hot. Could be starting to go a little bit thundery by as we're up towards daytime. This is Friday, 26th of June. Could just be starting to turn a little bit thundery then. But very warm, hot with the upper air temperatures. 15 Celsius ice firm is getting involved. That is enough to be lifting the temperature to 30 degrees. As we go through today 10, again, just a suggestion of a bit of a thundery breakdown beginning to happen then. Into more extended rain, still getting quite a bit of ridging going across the south actually, looking more unsettled in the north, so some showery rain up there, but quite dry and warm down in the south. And then in the very extended range, going a bit cooler, a little bit more unsettled. However, this is a pretty fine, high pressure dominated GFS run once we get like this thundery period out of the way. So the GFS could be trending towards drier and warmer conditions, really, for the rest of June, once this thundery weather is out of the way. We're going to go to Meteo Seal to have a look at the GEM. It hasn't updated at West Central today, starting at 72 hours. So, again, over the weekend, we bring low pressure into the north and the west. I think low pressure is probably going to be quite weak down in the southeast. So, early next week, high pressure building across the country, turning us dry and very warm for a time. The GEM then brings through a thundery breakdown as we move up towards day 10. So by day 10, a bit of a thundery breakdown coming through on the GM. But there is quite a few days of dry and very warm weather on offer there. ECM looks like that. So again, ridge building up from the south through Saturday, giving a lot of us plenty of dry weather. Excuse me, with wind and rain up in the north as we get through to Sunday. And then early next week, it's a case of watching this high pressure increasingly building from the south, turning us increasingly dry and very warm, if not potentially hot, through the middle part of next week down in the south. There's the upper air temperatures for midnight on Thursday. Again, the 15 Celsius is involved in this. So when we get 15 Celsius ice firm down in the southeast anyway, but it's usually enough to get us to like 30 degrees as we get into like the middle of the summer. Perhaps a bit of a thundery breakdown being suggested there as we go up towards day 10. And that's how we're going to get to daytime, which is Saturday, the 27th of June. Low pressure's out to west. And by then, we might be starting to turn a little bit more cooler, a little bit more unsettled. But over it does look as though next week could have some appreciably warm weather to come. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tibetio.com. Lots of showers and potentially thunderstorms around from many parts of the country today. More persistent rain overnight tonight. Some places will be really wet tonight, not from thunderstorms, but from persistent outbreaks of sort of thundery rain. And that's kind of like Wales, the Midlands, particularly the North and East Midlands, and going up towards Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, those sort of areas. There's a chance of some really, really wet weather coming through there. Tomorrow, so we could have more thunderstorms down in the south and the southeast once that rain pushes through. So it remains very unsettled, very volatile for today, tonight and tomorrow. Friday, the showers are more in the east, so where we've missed out on thunder, you might get a chance of some thunder in the east on Friday. And then through the early part of next week, just quite a bit of dry, through the weekend I should say, quite a bit of dry weather. Until this band of rain comes through on Sunday. It does look quite active with the ECM, that band of rain. I've got a feeling that will be lighter and patchier in the south and southeast than that suggests. Early next week, we're going towards a drying trend. Still rain at times in the north and the west, but gradually drying out through the course of next week and turning increasingly warm or hot as well. And that takes us up to day 10. This is the option that's on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 27th of June. So 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles have the high pressure receding a bit to the east. Low pressure is out to the west, probably starting to turn a little bit cooler and a little bit more thundery as well. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options. This is the option that we've got, I should say, gets us to the 2nd of July. By then, just looking a bit cooler, a little bit more unsettled, with low pressure up to the northwest and winds in from the west to northwesterly direction, suggesting perhaps a cooler and showery start to July. And then finally, the CFSV2, so these are 500 millibar heights broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 17th to the 23rd of June. The coming week has high pressure up to the northeast, low pressure is out to west and southwest. Winds are in from an east to southeasterly direction. So it remains warm, but there remains a significant risk of thunder, especially so in the south. Now, this is week 2. It's the 24th to the 30th of June. Today, the CFS looks cooler and more unsettled for this last week of June, bringing in westerly winds. And then week 3, which is the 1st to the 7th of July, low pressure up to the north, winds in from the west. And then finally get through to week 4, and this one looks a bit cool as well. This is the 8th to the 14th of July, with high pressure then out to west, low pressure to our east, and winds are sort of coming in from a northwesterly direction. That again could be a little bit on the cool and showery side. So today, the CFS has shifted towards a rather cooler outlook for July, just as the shorter range models are beginning to shift warmer and drier. We still have loads and loads of swings and roundabouts going on within the model output. Still remains really uncertain, I have to say. But I think next week, I think we've got to focus on next week, really. All of that beyond for like end of June, early July, I think that's all very speculative. I think focusing on next week, we are seeing increasing signs that things could turn very warm, maybe hot for a time through the middle of next week in the south, and pretty dry as well. Just a chance of thundery breakdown towards the end of next week. But I think we're going to have a reasonable amount of dry and potentially very warm or quite hot weather through the early and middle part of next week anyway. We shall see. Right, that's it for your videos for today, but we haven't done quite yet because we're going to be live streaming from 6 o'clock. So but we will have your Wednesday evening live stream from 6. We'll be talking about what's going on with the thunder, of course, and we'll be having at 12Z as well, and the more extended ECM for weeks 5 and 6 temperature and precipitation anomalies. So that's all coming up this evening. After that, I would hang around after the live stream because there is actually going to be a little bit of a surprise. I can't say any more about it than that, but once I cut off the live stream, just hang around the YouTube channel for a couple of minutes and something a little bit special will be appearing. I can say no more than that. Right, so see you at 6, but that's it for today's videos. Thanks for watching.